Hello, dear students. Today we are going to discuss a new chapter called Evolution. As usual, this chapter is also divided into two sections, Evolution Part 1 and Evolution Part 2. So now we can listen to the prime points of the first session of the chapter Evolution. Okay. So the first bio prime point in the session Evolution is origin of universe, earth and life. Origin of universe dates back 20 billion years. 20 billion years. And origin of earth 4.5 billion years back. And origin of life 4 billion years back. These are the timings. There is a theory called Big Bang theory. A single huge explosion occurred in the universe. Universe then expanded and hence the temperature lowered. And hydrogen and helium were formed then. This theory explained the origin of universe. It's a big explosion and the concept is called Big Bang theory. Initially the temperature was very high, and due to Big Bang there is a mass increase in volume and reduction in temperature and the formation of hydrogen and helium. This is the crux of what is called Big Bang theory. Okay. The earth was supposed to have no atmosphere at the time of formation. The atmospheric aggregation of gases was not there. The water vapor, methane, carbon dioxide and ammonia. Water vapor, methane, carbon dioxide and ammonia released from molten mass covered the surface. That is the initial condition. The UV rays from the sun broke up water into hydrogen and oxygen. You see that the initial atmosphere was considered to be anoxygenic or anaerobic before the origin of life. Later, hydrogen escaped and oxygen combined with ammonia and methane to form water, carbon dioxide and others. The ozone layer was formed. As it cooled, the water vapor fell as rain to fill the depressions in the earth's surface and forming the oceans. Life appeared 500 million years after the origin of earth. You already stated that the origin of earth, the timing 4.5 billion years back, and 500 million years after that, that means almost 4 billion years back, the first life forms appeared. So this is a summary of origin of universe, earth and life. Okay. The next bio prime point is the theories regarding the origin of life. There are various types of theories, assumptions, etc. In our textbook, there are some mentioning of some of them. The first one, theory of special creation. According to the special creation theory, God had created, the ultimate creator had created all the life forms by his divine act of creation. That is why all living organisms are called creatures, and the process is called creation and the God is called creator. So this theory is called theory of special creation. Then there is another very important theory. The theory is called theory of panspermia or theory of cosmozoic origin. According to this concept, the spores of pansperma came from outer space or cosmic space and developed into living forms in earth. That means the living forms are not originated in earth, they are coming from outer space as spores. Spores means resistant bodies, and when they entered into earth surface, they diverged into different living forms. This theory is called theory of panspermia or theory of cosmozoic origin, another important theory. Then another aspect of origin of life is called theory of spontaneous generation or theory of abiogenesis. What is genesis? Genesis means formation, synthesis. Abio means non-living. So life had originated from non-living things. That is the concept of theory of abiogenesis or theory of spontaneous generation. Life originated from decaying and rotting matter like straw, mud, etc., etc. Then another concept is called theory of biogenesis. So according to biogenesis, life originated from pre-existing life only. And the life begets life. That is a concept of theory of biogenesis. Life originated from pre-existing life only and not from non-living things. These are opposing concepts, abiogenesis and biogenesis. But the latest concept is called theory of biochemical evolution of life, proposed by A.I. Oparin of Russia and J.B.S. Haldane of England. The theory of biochemical evolution of life. The first form of life could have come from pre-existing non-living organic molecules like RNA, protein, etc. That means preceding the origin of life, there was the evolution of chemical molecules, similar chemical molecules integrated and interacted, forming complex and complicated chemicals. And it is from these chemicals that the life may be originating. The formation of life was preceded by chemical evolution. That means formation of complex organic molecules from similar inorganic constituents. That is called chemical evolution. Then the chemical evolution occurred first, then the biological evolution proceeded. That is why the theory is called theory of biochemical evolution of life. Okay. The conditions on Earth at the time of origin of life: high temperature, volcanic storms, reducing atmosphere containing methane, ammonia, etc. These are the conditions. So here in NCERT, the main theories are mentioned: theory of special creation, theory of panspermia or cosmozoic origin, theory of biogenesis, and theory of biochemical evolution of life. Okay, so these are the main theories regarding origin of life. The next bioprime point is Urey-Miller experiment in the year 1953. This experiment was supposed to be an experimental support to the theory of biochemical evolution of life proposed by Oparin and Haldane. Miller, an American scientist, created a simulated prebiotic conditions in a laboratory scale. Prebiotic means before the origin of life. He created huge electric discharge in a closed flask containing methane, hydrogen, ammonia and water vapor at around 800 degrees centigrade. So that means the conditions were similar to the prebiotic environment. After several repeated stages, he observed the formation of amino acid. Amino acids were obtained from these similar inorganic and minor chemicals like hydrogen, ammonia, water vapor, etc., etc. So amino acid, you know that amino acids are the building blocks of protein, and the protein is the building block of living organisms. That means from these similar constituents, there is a possibility that the formation of organic compounds or formation of constituents of life is also possible. That means the theory of biochemical evolution of life is a valid point, and that was conceived by the Urey-Miller experiment. Okay. Then another very important aspect from this chapter is the difference between two types of organs: homologous organs and analogous organs. What is homologous organs? Before studying these homologous organs and analogous organs, we have to study there are two types of evolution patterns. One type of evolution is called divergent evolution. Another type of evolution is called convergent evolution. What is divergent evolution? Evolution is starting from one point, and as a result of evolution from this group, various groups are evolving in a divergent manner. That means organisms from a common group are diverging into different conditions. Suppose there is a group of organisms here. There is a group of organisms here. And from that group, some forms evolved in aerial adaptations. Some forms evolved into aquatic forms. Some forms terrestrial forms. Some forms arboreal forms, etc., etc. So that kind of evolution is called divergent evolution. Organisms which are having similarity in structure and anatomy but are performing different functions. You see here in this group, all the structural details are same. It's a common group, common ancestry. And from this common ancestry, one group evolved into air. That means their organs are adapted for aerial mode of life. Another group evolved into aquatic medium. That means their organs are evolving or modifying for aquatic mode of life. Likewise, terrestrial, arboreal, etc., etc. That means the common organs are evolving into different type of structures for performing different functions. So that kind of organs are called homologous organs. So homologous organs are structurally identical but having the same basic composition, but they are performing different functions. Homology indicates common ancestry, and the homologous organs are due to divergent evolution. So, forelimbs of vertebrates. There are different types of vertebrates, and the forelimbs of all these tetrapod vertebrates are having the same composition of bones, same composition of blood vessels, same composition of muscles, but their performance is different. For example, in the case of a reptile, the forelimbs are used for crawling. In the case of birds, the forelimbs are modified into wings. In the case of horse, the cursorial mammal, the forelimbs are modified for fast running, like that. So, the forelimbs of vertebrate, the heart of vertebrates, the brain of vertebrates, you see that there is the basic composition is same, but their functional peculiarities are different. The thorns of bougainvillea and the tendrils of cucurbita. Anatomically, both are same, but they are performing different functions. So these kind of organs are called homologous organs. So you see, homologous organs are produced by divergent type of evolution, and they are starting from common ancestry. They are structurally similar, but functionally dissimilar. Just opposite condition is called analogous organs. Analogous organs are as a result of convergent evolution. So you can consider like this, there are different groups. A group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, like that. So from the group 1, one organism is evolving in one direction. From the group 2, another organism is evolving like this. A group 3, another evolution take place like this. And the group 4 also, the evolution is taking place like this. That means from all these divergent groups, the evolution is occurring towards a common point. So that means the evolutionary pattern is considered to be convergent. Okay, so organs which are having similarity in function, they are evolving in a particular direction, means their evolution is for a particular function. That means they are functionally similar. Organs which are having similarity in function but having different structure and anatomy, only because they are coming from different sources of organisms, they are anatomically different, but they are performing the same function. Analogy indicates different ancestry. Different ancestry, and the analogous organs are due to what kind of evolution? Convergent evolution. Okay. Example, wings of butterfly and birds. Butterfly is one group, birds are another group, entirely different. Butterflies are coming in the arthropoda, invertebrate group. Birds, that is chordate and it's a vertebrate group. But both are having wing-like structures, and the functions of wings are same in both butterfly and birds. That means they are functionally similar, but their structures are different. In birds, you see that bones, muscles, feathers, etc. are there. But in butterfly, only cuticular extension. So anatomically different, structurally different, but functionally similar. And that kind of organs are called what? Analogous organs. Like eyes of octopus and mammals. The vision is the common function, but their structures are different. Flippers of penguins and dolphins. Penguin is a bird and dolphin is a mammal. Different groups, but the flippers are used for swimming. Likewise, potato is a stem modification. A sweet potato is a root modification. They are originally different, anatomically different, but the performance or the function is same, storage. So there are two types of evolution: convergent type of evolution and divergent type of evolution. Convergent evolution leading to analogous organs, divergent evolution leading to homologous organs. So homologous organs mean structurally similar, functionally dissimilar. Analogous organs means structurally dissimilar but functionally similar. Okay. The next bioprime point is adaptive radiation, another very important topic from this chapter. The process of evolution of different species in a given geographical area, starting from a point and literally radiating to other areas of geography or habitats. is called adaptive radiation. This is just like a divergent evolution that occurred in a particular geographical area. In that area, so many organisms may be there. Some organisms are adapted in evolving in a particular line. Some other organisms of the same area evolving into another line. So that kind of a divergent pattern of evolution occurring in the same habitat is what is called adaptive radiation. Example, Darwin finches of Galapagos Islands. Australian marsupials. Here you can see that in the same habitat. Galapagos Islands, Australia. So, in a particular habitat, given geographical area, the organisms are diverging. Organisms are evolving in different direction based on their adaptation. So, it is called adaptive radiation. Darwin's finches are small black-colored birds of Galapagos Islands, which are of different beak types, such as insectivorous type of beak, vegetarian type of beak, seed-eating type of beak, etc., etc., and are supposed to be originated from the original seed-eating type. So there is an original seed-eating type, and according to their mode of feeding, they are evolving into different directions. That is what is called adaptive radiation. Likewise, a number of marsupial. What is marsupial? Marsupial means pouched mammals. Okay, the pouch is called marsupium. A number of marsupials, each different from the other, evolved in an ancestral stock, but all within the Australian islands. So there is a marsupial evolution in a divergent manner, then finches evolution in a divergent manner. That is called adaptive radiation. When more than one adaptive radiation appeared to have occurred in an isolated geographical area, one can call this convergent evolution. So actually adaptive radiation is divergent. For example, this is one adaptive radiation like this. Okay, diverging from a common point. There is another type of adaptive radiation occurs in the same geographical area like this. Okay, second type of adaptive radiation. There can be a third type of adaptive radiation like this. And a fourth one like this. Okay, so 4 different types of adaptive radiations, the same habitat. But here you can see that there is a convergence like here. Okay, so when more than one adaptive radiations occurring in the same habitat, combining all these divergent evolution, we can derive a convergent type of evolution also. Okay, example, placental mammals, placental wolf, marsupial mammals, Tasmanian wolf, they are identical. Placental mammals, they are without marsupium, marsupial mammals with the marsupium. Okay, but they are evolved in different directions. As a result, wolf type of organisms are evolved. In the placental case, placental wolf. In the marsupial case, Tasmanian wolf. They are identical, and that means they are formed as a result of convergent type of evolution. Okay, so these are the bioprime points in the first session of the evolution.